Hey everyone, welcome back. Doing something a little different this week. Don't really have any new watches coming in, so I figured I'd go on Amazon and buy one of the first watches I saw from a brand I didn't know and take a little dive into it. And this is the first one I came across. Skagen. Don't really know how it's pronounced, but let's take a little look at it, and then I'll dive a little more into the information on it, and let's see, is this a cool brand or not? So first impression, box alone. The box is very sturdy. It's very hard, cardboardy, you can't really indent it pushing into it, which is better than a lot of the more name brand watches at this price point. Price point here I think is around $60. It was something around there. I'll confirm later in the video. But yeah, the box presentation right out of the Amazon box that I got it from, really good. It's a nice presentation. So popping the box open here, it says Skagen on the inside. Pretty nicely packaged. The pillow is very nice. It actually looks like it's better quality than most. The watch is packaged fairly nicely. As you can see here right off the bat, it's kind of a dress watch, but we'll dive more into that. Inside the box, nothing but a little watch care instructions card and a phone number or website to go to for warranty information. So you don't really get a ton in this packaging, but that's fine. Confirmed it was only $56 on Amazon, so I'm not expecting the world here. So before we get more into the watch, I decided to look up the brand after buying it just to read a little more about them. Everything on it says Denmark, but when you look them up, they're actually owned by Fossil. So before this watch arrived, I was kind of disappointed in that. That's the whole point of doing this. I wanted to see what brands are out there with different names and maybe are different subdivisions of other watch companies. But I'm not going to let that really cloud it, because so far I do think it's packaged and looks much nicer than a Fossil. Pulling it out of the box here, it's a super thin watch. The band here says Skagen Denmark on it. It says genuine leather, and it does actually smell like leather, which is really nice. It is also a quick release band, which I like, so you could throw on whatever you want on this very easily. The face, it's this nice kind of blue, navy blue color. It is a quartz watch, so obviously at this price point, that's kind of what you got to expect. And it's a 40 millimeter case, but it's only 8 millimeters thick. So this is a very thin profile watch, which is kind of what drew me to it. It is, as I said, quartz. The model number of it is the SKW 6355. I don't think that's the movement, but on the area where I bought it, I couldn't find any other information that was calling it anything different. So I'm not completely sure. This is just a standard quartz movement, so I'm not really going to look much further than that because it's not super, interesting. I will throw it up here what it says. It calls it a, imported watch that is from the coastlines of Copenhagen, and they celebrate the fashion scene in Denmark. I don't know if I totally get that vibe from it, but it's definitely not a bad looking watch. Looking at the face closer, there's, just the minutes written around the outside. That's really the only writing on it other than Skagen Denmark. Very simple, which I do like, and that's kind of what drew me to it, but I do think that it is a little nicer looking than if I would have known it was a Fossil right off the bat. There's also some lume on this face. I'll throw it up here quickly. It's really not very good. It's on the hour and minute hand, and then that little dot or pip right by the minute number marking. It doesn't seem to last very long, and it's not really that great, but I also don't think you're going to be buying this watch for the lume. Throwing it on the wrist, it's definitely not a bad looking watch. It is very, I'd say, old style by how thin it is. It's very dressy. The band actually looks really nice. I'm definitely not disappointed in that in any way. It is not really super textured. It's very smooth brown, light brown, which I'd prefer over darker brown. So I do like that there. It obviously, since it's so thin, it sits very nicely. It does, I think, wear slightly large, not necessarily to the looks of it, but that 40 millimeter case size is all face. There's no bezel. There's really nothing to it. So you're getting 40 millimeters of just straight watch face, which I think is a little aggressive for some people with smaller wrists. but I don't think you will be too disappointed by how large it is on the wrist. I think you just have to be prepared for it to look like all face, which compared to some other watches that are 40 millimeters, but then the face itself is really only 34 or 36, this definitely looks large when you look down at it. It does claim that it is water resistant to 50 millimeters, and it does say you can swim in it in shallow water. But I don't think I would recommend doing that. It does not appear to be a screw down crown to me, so I would not go swimming with this. I definitely don't think upon further inspection it is screw down, so I wouldn't swim with it, but I don't think that's what you're buying this to do. Looking at the back quickly, it does also confirm 5 ATMs, so that is right around 50 feet. All stainless steel. Here's the thing. For a watch, I do see the face does, I guess, maybe have some fossil design elements to it, but I also don't think you would be, if I never told you that and you just owned one of these and wore it for a little while, I don't know if you would ever be like, hey, I think I'm wearing a fossil. That being said, is this the best watch you can get for $60? I don't think so. I think there are plenty that are potentially better. But if you do want to go for a watch that is this level of design, it is very a European kind of design, I do think that you're not going to go wrong with it. You're not going to hate it. It's going to do what you would expect it to do for $56. It comes in a variety of colorways, which I'll throw up here. There's basically all brown straps. There are a few metal band options, which are a little more expensive, and one with a nicer leather band, which is a little over $100, but you can get white faces, black faces, the blue one I have here. So there's a lot of options for you. I would say definitely look at them, see if there's something that you may be interested in. The packaging is great. The watch quality, I think, is very nice for $56. And I don't think you would be super disappointed in it if you know all of this and you know what you're getting into. So definitely check them out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's going to be something I'm going to try to do to discover new watches and show watches to people that they may have never heard of before. So I'll see you guys next time with another one in this same, kind of series. And until then, thanks for watching.